Hey there, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Karsten Bush, and I'm the host of the Words With Me podcast, which you can stream on most listening platforms. If this is your first time, welcome. It's great to have you. And if you're coming back and watching another video, thanks for stopping by. We're in for another interesting topic, and to be honest with all of you, this is pretty much a long time coming. I meant to release this maybe a month ago, but in the spirit of it being the beginning of the year and us trying to improve and grow, I figured that the best thing we can talk about today is change. If you're looking at this right when I'm recording it, this is basically the beginning of March, and January in a lot of ways is starting off on a run. You're trying to go hard and strong and focus on the things that you want to improve, your resolutions, things like that. February came around for me, and I think it was a good time to reassess some of those goals and to figure out maybe some areas that I want to improve or things that maybe I didn't do that I need to start doing more of. So taking care of myself, being more intentional with my me time, everything like that. And so with that, it's important to note that change can be difficult. And just because we're trying to change and we want to improve, sometimes our willpower alone isn't enough for that to happen. We're always changing, and the fact is that we don't know what's going to happen the next day, let alone the next month or the next year. It's always something that's open to the universe, I guess. Change can be scary, and there has to be some motivating factor behind why we're changing. Dedicating yourself to changing for the better can require a lot out of you, and it takes patience from yourself to see those things come to fruition. Even in building new small habits, there's still a need to outgrow comfort zones and to get more comfortable with that change. Some of the reasons for maybe not having as easy of a time changing include relying on negative emotions to motivate us to change, not being specific about our actions and our goals for those changes to happen, not having enough tools to support us, trying to make change too much at a time, and not making a full commitment to the change. So if you want to change, you don't have to beat yourself up in order to get there. And I know for myself, I'm not motivated by, mean words. If somebody's going to insult me, I don't think that's enough of a motivation for me to get the ball rolling and start the change. We have to be kind to ourselves, especially when we're taking on something new. And I think an important thing to remember with that is that we shouldn't be taking on too much at one time to begin with. It's okay to change, but nobody said that you have to try to hit all 20 of your resolutions in the first week of the first month of the year. You can try if you want to, but that could lead to burnout. You might get tired and you might give up the change altogether. And giving up is something that can happen pretty easily if we don't have the right focus and the right mindset when it comes to those things. And if we're not dedicated enough to changing, but also dedicated to seeing those changes within ourselves, then what motivation do we have to actually keep going? What's going to keep us actually pursuing those changes if we feel the need to give up on ourselves? We have to have a plan when it comes to making those changes. And I've said it before, but I deal a lot better with taking things out one bite at a time. I don't want to take out too big of a chunk that I don't know what to deal with. I want to take my time and make sure that I'm actually doing what I can with what I have. Nobody said you have to do it all. You don't have to be a superhero in order to see change happen. Some tools that have helped me include making to-do lists, tracking my progress, journaling, and kind of taking time to do, I guess you could say, an assessment on myself, or just have a real look and see what progress have I made. Am I happy with the progress that I've made? And if not, what do I actually have to start doing in order to get to where I want to be? If we want to change, we can't give up on ourselves or the promises that we make to ourselves. And part of even building trust is sticking to those things that you say you're going to do. It includes sticking to the promises that you made. It includes setting intentions and actually fulfilling them and completing them, and being honest with yourself and putting yourself out there. And it's not easy. I think we deal a lot with outgrowing old versions of ourselves and trying to step into the new version of ourselves. And we're still combating some of those old habits and tendencies that used to serve us but don't really serve us anymore. And so we have to have tools and tricks in our back pocket to make sure that we have support when we actually want to change for the better. We're worthy of change, we are deserving of seeing changes in ourselves, and we can make it happen if we believe in ourselves and we actually have plans and tools and a goal. But hopefully this quick video helped. Feel free to check out episode 9 of the podcast. I get a little bit more into change and why it can be difficult and how to overcome it, and even some of the changes that I've been seeing in myself. That's it for this video. If you like this, feel free to like it, share it, and if you want, subscribe to the YouTube channel and even subscribe to the podcast itself. You can find me at Karsten Ashley Bush on Instagram, and you can also follow the podcast at Words With Me Podcast on Instagram. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.